Hey guys, Barretus here, and welcome back to Magic World, Season 2, I guess. Doing more Thaumcraft 4 today. So, last episode we got our basic iron-capped wooden wand, and made our Thaumonomicon, and did a bit of reading. So we covered all of this sort of basic stuff in here, except for this research that we'll do today. We had a look at this wand, and we didn't have a look at any of the other ones. So, I've done a bit more mining since last episode. I started doing some strip mining, so we got a couple of diamonds, some redstone, some lapis and stuff. A bit of gold, which I might smelt some. Just got some glass there too. Elko's a bit ahead of me now because I was having troubles with my sound card as usual, so he's gotten a bit ahead with his base over there. He's already got I think it's a thermometer and a few other things, so he was running around like identifying things or something, I'm not sure. But hopefully we'll get up to there. He said you need gold for something, so I made sure to go and find some gold before I started recording this episode. So hopefully we won't have to cut and go mining and stuff midway through. Hopefully. But yeah, apart from that I've just been I made a little path through here. I set up a pen for some chickens and cows. We've got a nether portal. This path I made just goes all the way through to Elko's base over there. We've got a nether portal just over the hill there. And yeah, I've also been carrying my wand around while I mine, and you can see up in the top left now we've got quite a few different aspects in it now. If we have a look in here, we've got 25 of just about everything except for auto and Ignis. So, I don't know what we're doing with these aspects, but oh, that's the other thing I forgot to tell you guys about. Let's see, how will I do this? I'm going to throw the wand on the ground. Just sit it there. Now, if I kill this cow... Whoop, come here. Hey, get back here, you little... Wow. Come here. There. There. Now you see these orbs? So we've got the XP orbs there, and we've got these other orbs, like a green one and a blue one, that just faded away. Hopefully you can see them. But they are these for our wand. And I didn't realize that at first. I was seeing them drop from mobs and stuff before we made our wand, and I couldn't work out what they actually were for. But yeah, that's what they are. They're these. So killing mobs seems to drop these, which your wand will then absorb. And like most of the time they seem to drop Terra and Aqua. But I noticed a creeper dropped an Ignis. That's where I got that one Ignis from. And all the other ones just seem to drop, like have a chance to drop at random from stuff. So yeah, I'm picking those up. But anyway, we were going to start off with reading through the research. So, before you can build most thaumaturgical items and blocks, you first need to discover how to do so. There are several steps in this process. Exploring the world and examining blocks, items, and creatures with the Thaumometer. That's what Elko was doing, so that makes a little more sense. Taking the research points you gathered from the first step and expanding your aspect knowledge with the research table. And using the aspects you know and discovering practical knowledge and recipes with the research table. So, exploration. You cannot perform research without research points, and the best way to gain research points is by exploration and examining objects in the world. The first thing we'll need to do is construct a thermometer. See the next page. Pointing the thermometer at objects or creatures and holding the right mouse button, you will start examining them. The process does not take long, but your movement speed is reduced while it is occurring. Once complete, the thermometer will display what aspects the object contains. In the bottom right of the screen, you will also see a summary of the aspects and research points you discovered. Okay, so there's the gold we needed to make a thermometer. You will initially not be able to examine all objects since you have not discovered their component aspects. For example, an object containing Lux aspect can only be examined if you have previously discovered the Lux aspect, or you know the two aspects that combine to create it. Okay. The very first time you discover an aspect by examining something, you will gain double the number of research points you would have normally. Objects and creatures can usually only ever be examined once. While exploring the world, examining things, always good idea to keep a filled set of scribing tools and some paper. Occasionally examining something will reveal additional clues and insights, often resulting in a set of research notes that you can research further. Oh, I wonder if the scribing tools will actually work now, because they didn't do a thing in Thaumcraft 3, even though I carried them for so long. So that's shapeless, so we can make that like that. Oh, and you can refill it with an ink sac. Okay, so it has durability now. So next step, combining aspects. Once you've gathered some research points, you can attempt to combine them into compound aspects within a research table. Craft research tables and place two tables next to each other and click on them with a set of scribing tools. That's pretty standard. Recipe for tables is listed under the artifice category. If you open the research table inventory, you'll see an interface as pictured on the right. That looks pretty much like it used to. Scribing tools you use to craft the table will be located in slot 1. You might also wish to place paper in slot 2, though paper is not needed for this phase of research. See all the primal aspects and possibly some compound aspects listed in the area marked 3. Varying amounts attached to them. When you enter a world for the first time, every player is assigned a small pool of primal aspects to get them started. Okay. If you had done some exploring with the thermometer beforehand, then you would have a significant number of primal and compound aspects listed here. You now start combining aspects into more complex compound aspects. By simply clicking on those you wish to combine, the selected aspects will appear in slot 4. Which one was slot 4? That was this one here. And when you have two selected, pressing the purple button marked 5 will attempt to combine them. If successful, you should see what was gained in the bottom right and it should appear in slot 3. Okay, so it goes back into there. The compound aspects are consumed even if the combination did not result in a valid compound aspect. And the last one, if you have paper in slot 2, then you may have noticed that when only a single aspect is selected that the green button marked 6 lights up. If you press it, you will attempt to research the selected aspect. If successful, you discover something of interest about that aspect and a set of research notes will appear in slot 7. Section 8 will also display the research sheet covered in a bewildering array of runes and symbols that look something like the image at the top of the previous page. Don't worry, it's not as hard as it looks. To complete your research, you simply need to connect and activate all the knowledge nodes pictured below. Node on the left is an inactive node, while the node on the right has been activated. Okay. Once all inactive nodes have been activated, the research will be complete and the research node will change into a discovery that you can use to gain the research. Just right click it. Connect knowledge nodes by activating the runes. Each rune is linked to an aspect, but at first it is unknown which rune represents which aspect. The rune aspect link is unique to each research subject, so a rune that might represent air this time might represent terra next time. Unique to each research subject. Okay. Not all runes are valid for the current object you are researching. There might be runes for air, terra, ignis, and aqua. On the research sheet, only ignis and terra might actually be valid. Valid runes are often called red herring runes. Discover which runes are valid by selecting an aspect on the left and pressing the research button. If the aspect you selected is valid, then all runes linked to that aspect will become active. If the aspect you select is a red herring, then the runes linked to it will not activate. But up to 2 of them will be removed from the sheet entirely. If the aspect you select is not present on the research table, then nothing happens. Okay, so that's changed a lot from the old method. You've actually got a little bit of problem solving now by the look of it. Active runes act as possible bridges to connecting knowledge nodes. A glowing line of energy will flow from an active knowledge node to any active rune nearby. You need to create a chain of active runes and nodes to complete the research. The chain cannot form if there is more than one open space between active runes or nodes. To form a chain, you must move the runes around by clicking on a rune and selecting a valid destination. Each rune can be moved up to 2 positions in a straight line, but only inactive runes can be moved. This means you might have to activate and deactivate your valid runes several times to get them into position. Inactive runes prevent the forming of a connection if they lie in its path, so you may need to move them out of the way. Moving runes uses a small amount of each time you do it. Holy crap! That sounds really complex. Man, that kinda makes sense. I guess we'll have to jump in and try it before it can really work it out. Wow. Okay, so that's the research. I'm glad we didn't try and get through that last episode. Jesus. Okay, so let's get some of our other stuff up first. So we can make a crucible. Craft crucible, instead of use one cauldron. Crucible is important to bring Thaumometer, allows him to render physical objects into their component essential and recombine it again as he wishes. Crucible needs to be placed over a source of constant heat and filled with water. So once that's boiling, simply throw any items you wish into the crucible. Actually, we'll leave that for later. I think just getting our... If we get our thermometer and start doing our phase 1 and possibly some phase 2 research, that'll probably do for today. So this thermometer is one of the most useful and important tools in the thaumaturgist arsenal, second only to the wand. Firstly, it allows you to scan objects, creatures, or mystical phenomena and determine their magical makeup. You simply need to hold the right mouse button and wait. Secondly, it makes discovering nodes easier as they become clearly visible if viewed through thermometer's lens, even through solid objects. Okay, so we need glass, 2 gold, and 1 of each shard. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shards. So I'm missing fire. So that's okay, that's not a problem. We need 2 gold. Throw that in there, and we need a glass. So I'm going to quickly run over to Elko's and steal a fire shard, because that's going to be quicker than going and trying to find one. Hopefully he's got a spare fire shard lying around. There we go. Thank you, Elko. I owe you a fire shard. Okay, so we're back. Now, hopefully we can make this just in the crafting table. Shoot. Now, let's see what the combination was. So, water, earth, fire, air, order. Water, earth, fire, air, order. Water, earth, fire, air, order, entropy, and glass. Thaumometer. Alright. Whoa. Crafting table. Hold right click. Oh, no, it just started crafting. Furnace. Oh, cool. Oh, and down in the bottom right. Gained 2 research, discovered Saxon, gained 16 research, gained 8 research. Crafting table. Oh, it's thinking about it. Oh, and down the bottom it says you do not have the knowledge required to understand this. Let's see, grass block. You don't have the knowledge for a grass block. Oak wood. You don't have the knowledge for oak wood. A chest. You don't have the knowledge for any of this. Okay. What about a torch? Nope. Glass pane? Nope. Okay. That is crazy. Oh, so we should be able to see the aura node. Where is it? Isn't it just over? Oh yeah, here it is.